welcome each and every one of us to this wonderful, wonderful session of transferring knowledge, a session that is going to leave us better than we found or we started up today. I'd like to say special greetings to everyone on the call, and I'd like to acknowledge that this is done on the auspices of District 130 Toastmasters International. My name is Nameti Akpan, and by the special grace of God, I'm going to be our moderator for today. So before we go ahead, I'd like us to type in the chat box. How are you feeling? How are you feeling today? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
All right. Great. Toastmaster Fumi Omoto Shaw says, great. Thank you, Toastmaster Fumi. Great, I can see that. Beautiful. Awesome. Josie Nagolo, you're on the call. Wonderful. Thank you. Who else? Excited. Toastmaster Anduke Usoro. Wow. Wow. Who else? All right. All right. Please keep your emotions and emojis. I'm using both just to convey to you that we are very conscious of our emotional health as far as Toastmasters is concerned. And while we do that, please join me as I take the Toastmasters promise just on behalf of all of us. It is customary that we do this before we start any Toastmasters program. A Toastmasters promise. I don't know if my DTM can help me share, but while she's doing that, I'll just take what I have here. A Toastmasters promise. As a member of Toastmasters International, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow club members with helpful, constructive evaluations. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. To help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow. To serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so. To treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy. To bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefits Toastmasters membership offers. To adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters educational and recognition programs. To act within Toastmasters' core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. I promise. Please, I would like all of us to unmute wherever you are and say, I promise. I want to hear you say that. I want to also have that chorus of I promise. I want to hear you
I promise.
I promise. I promise.
I promise.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And on the heels of that, I'd like to bring up to the lectern the person who is going to give us the opening remarks for this evening. And trust me, if Toastmasters was an organization that needed branding, this woman would have been the brand ambassador. The first day I met and saw her in Uyo, something ministered to me that this was not just a leader, but a shining example. And when someone told me, don't you know her? I said, wow, mentioned her name. She is a dynamic leader, an astute banker, a strategist, and the author of Leading for Impact. She's known for her compelling voice on authentic leadership, personal growth, and purposeful living. Stella currently serves as the current Club Growth Director of this Toastmasters International District 130, where she leads initiatives to strengthen over 175 clubs, empowering leaders, and expanding the organization's impact across West and Central Africa. Please note, this is not a hype. She has served as club treasurer, club president, area director, division director, district club quality chair, and education and training chair. Beyond the stage, Stella is driven by one mission: to raise leaders who influence with integrity, live with purpose, and create lasting impact. Distinguished Toastmasters and guests, I want to see your emojis. Let us make welcome DTM Stella George, the woman that shines her light wherever she goes. DTM, the lectern is yours. We have begun. Please confirm that you can hear me and you're on the call. We need to hear your voice. Okay, I noticed that she's still trying to connect her audio. She's still trying to connect her audio. Okay, while we're waiting for her, I want us still to type in the chat box one quality you think that every mentor should have. Now, I want you to pause, just pause before you type in the chat box. One quality that you think that every mentor should have. I'm going to be reading your responses. What is that one quality you think every mentor should have? I'm reading it because I want to know if we're on the same page. Can I see the responses? Kindness, Halima. Expertise, Nduke Usoro. Please keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Someone said kindness. That's really powerful. Nduke said expertise. Please keep it coming. What's that one quality you think every mentor should have? I'm going to call your name one after the other because I want to have your responses. If you are on the road, please park and send a message. Yes, please park and send a message. Okay. Wisdom. Just as Fumi or Motosho, a woman of great wisdom, says you need to have wisdom. Wisdom must be enough for you if you are a mentor. I like to know, get more details on this. Wisdom. I love that. I love that. Okay, keep it coming. All right. I think we might want to make progress, my leader, my DTM. What do you think? While we're still waiting for, or is she now on the call? DTM Stella, please confirm you're on the call. Okay. Is she on the call? All right, while waiting for her, I think we'll just move straight to take the main meat of today's training, mentorship training. And if you know what I know, then we know in Toastmasters, we're always going to update our own knowledge. We always have to update knowledge. And as mentors, as leaders, knowledge is something we always have to update. So for today, we'd like to bring up the person who is going to give us the training for today. And this is someone who has changed lives in leadership, who has experienced leadership, and who has, I dare say, done what a lot of Toastmasters in my climb have not done. Our trainer for today is a leadership advocate, a financial consultant, and customer service specialist. She serves as co-chair, Club Quality Committee in District 130, and has held key Toastmasters leadership roles, including Division Director, Area Director, Club President, and Vice President Education. Her leadership is inspired by strong family values. Dear Toastmasters and guests, before I bring up the trainer, I want you to send your emojis. I want you to know that you are with me. I want you to know that you are paying attention and I am not alone on this call. Yes, keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Fumi Omoto Show, I see you. Josephine, I see you. But
apologies, Mr. Moderator. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Our CGD is on the call now. I'm sorry
Oh, she's back on the call. That's fine. That's fine. Thank you. Thank you for the update. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome our distinguished Toastmaster, Stella George, the shining example and the brand ambassador of Toastmasters. Go ahead,
Oh my goodness. Please confirm you can hear me before the network, before my village people comes again. Oh my goodness. So I had to find a place to be able to make this speech. Honestly, I'm so sorry that the network threw me out when I was about to speak. Thank you very much, our chair, Club Quality, our co-chair, our moderator, everybody on this call, especially our mentors. I just want to appreciate you, to tell you that you are nation builders. Honestly, you are helpers of destiny. You might not understand it, but every club that we build is not just numbers. We're not just counting numbers. We are counting lives that are transformed. We are counting voices that have found their place. And so what you're doing is that you are impacting lives. You have come to Toastmasters to build confidence, to develop your public speaking skills. Perhaps you have achieved what you came here for. But here you are, you want to give back. And I want to encourage you to say, please, you're on the right track. And I know that with this crop of mentors that we have, our new clubs are going to excel. Our new clubs are going to shine strong. And by the time we get to Gabon, we wouldn't be able to know which one is a new club and which one is an existing club, because all clubs are going to excel. So I say kudos to you for organizing this training. I also want to learn. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please, let's give our emojis, give our emojis, give our emojis. Thank you. DTM Stella, we have gotten used to village people. So no matter how hard they try, they cannot take the steers away. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you for reminding us that we are destiny helpers. Oh my God. I've never seen mentorship in that light until now. Destiny helpers. Thank you so much for that wonderful, 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 wonderful opening remarks. And on the heels of that, let us drive straight into the meat of today. I already introduced our trainer for today, but now I want to say, all of us, let's make welcome distinguished Toastmaster Nduke Usoro. I dare say that this was the woman that made the Uyo conference happen. This was the woman that made Uyo happen. So when it comes to leadership, she has had experience. Please, I want to see the emojis, please. There are 24 participants on the call. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love that. I love that I'm not alone. Thank you, mentors. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now she's smiling. Now she's smiling. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Toastmaster Namity. Good evening, leaders. Wow, this is exciting that we are all together on this call. So I'd like to say thank you for coming through and thank you for making this meeting this evening happen.
Over to you.
I'll start by...
DTM.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Confirm you can hear me.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Clear. Loud and clear.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good evening, leaders. Good evening, our great leaders. Thank you so much for coming on this call. I'm actually excited. There's something about leadership and there's something about giving. You just feel fulfilled. You feel that you have given to another life and you are growing by that. Toastmaster Namity made a lot of laudable statements, and I would like to say something. Tying it to Ubuntu leadership, I am because you are. Please don't ever say it in another forum that she was the lady behind the success of TNC 3.0. It wasn't one person. If the team and the community did not come together, it wouldn't have been a success. I'll hang that there and go straight to our training today. Leaders, what else than mentoring others? It's just as easy as catching the light and sharing the light. You don't catch the light and hold on to the light. You share the light. And that is what we are going to reflect on this evening. New club mentoring matters. Imagine what growth means to so many of us. Imagine the Toastmasters community. You keep seeing it enlarge and expand on a daily basis. Today, you hear this club is chattering. Tomorrow, you hear this other club is chattering. If the mentors for those clubs were not there, we won't be celebrating the chattering of a new club, and we won't even feel that we are growing. So it's a great job that every mentor of our clubs are doing currently. I'd like to say something. If you're a mentor of a club, it would be nice to drop a message for the presidents and other leaders of the club to join you. It's good that everyone also sees things in the same perspective, hears the kind of things that is expected of the club to move. Because I know even as the mentor, you cannot grow the club alone. Mentoring the club, yes, a responsibility. Others following through with you, it makes your job very easy because so many people understand what is expected of them. So if you're able to call other people to join this call, please do, by all means. What are we discussing today? The official duties of a mentor. Most of us are already mentoring clubs. So if you know intending mentors, feel free to bring them on this call. Quality club meetings. We talk about having meetings. You know that there are meetings and there are meetings. That sometimes you attend a meeting and you don't feel the quality in the meeting. That sometimes you attend a meeting and you feel, this was superb. What's the difference? You can still tie it down to mentoring. How did this start? So this is the great role a mentor would bring in. Build and maintain membership, recognition, education program, the Distinguished Club program. Oh, yes, it's a lot on the mentor, but the mentor can do it. When you finish with this, you will see a lot of feathers added to your crown. You would feel fulfilled that you got it right and you birthed the club. It actually feels like making a baby. If you are a mother, you will understand. And I'm sure a lot of brothers and fathers understand that too these days. I don't hope to speak alone in this call. So along the line, we'll find out that people will have to also speak along with me, share their perspectives. We have experienced Toastmasters on this call. They will share experience with us and even the ongoing outgoing mentors who also share their experiences. If you want to share your challenges, it can help build another person and you will get a solution in the process. So if they really ask, who is a mentor? Toastmasters has made the job easy for us. Toastmasters has made the job easy for us. Who is a mentor? You could see with me, someone who shares their expertise and knowledge with one or more people who have less experience. Mind you, I would start from the end of this sentence, less experience. We all joined Toastmasters, we were new, but along the line, we learned, we grew, information, knowledge, and we built up the knowledge and we became experts. I am not talking about perfection here. I'm talking about growth. I'm talking about progress because there's still a lot more to learn. I'm even open to learning. I'm still learning in the process. Okay. As mentors, what's in it for you? What's in it for you as a mentor? You're sharing knowledge. I'm born in a family of teachers. And my father, my late father, would say then that the more you teach, the more you know. Toastmaster Nameti is a teacher by vocation. I am so sure that the more he coaches people, the more he mentors people, the more he knows. So that is what benefits as you're sharing you share your expertise. You have become an expert. You're able to share that expertise with many more people. So it's a benefit for you. Trust me, there's fulfillment in it. You translate values and strategies into productive action, as easy as Toastmasters' core values: respect, integrity, service, excellence. Put it together, and you're having the productive actions to even board the thought of creating a club, and you follow through this the process. That's project management. So you translate those values and those strategies into productive action. It is a benefit for you, the mentor. And you prove yourself in the process. Your work speaks. You do it and you realize it speaks for you. There's something about our work. You autograph your work. That's what Jimovia would say, autograph your work. So as the mentor, you autograph that work. If you do it right, you don't need to speak. Your work speaks for you. Invest in the future of Toastmasters. What an organization. We are all Toastmasters today, and we're proud to be members of Toastmasters. And can you imagine that one club you stood by to mentor has helped invest in the future of Toastmasters? Can you imagine that? Great value. I say thank you to all of us again as mentors. And there's something about doing something new. Even if you have to be mentor again and again, do you realize that you come up with fresh perspectives? Even the process of mentoring a club, it gives you a fresh perspective. And all that is built inside of you. So there is benefit in becoming a mentor for our clubs. Teamwork skills. You cannot mentor a club alone. Beautifully, Toastmasters recommends 2 mentors. So you come from your perspective, another person comes from his or her perspective. We put it together, we build it. Even the other members that you're bringing together, they come up with their ideas and you build together. Even the leaders that precede you, because when you're chartering the club, you have your area director, you have your division director, you have your district director, of course, the most beautiful lady in the room, our CGD, is solidly there. So imagine what that means. Teamwork skills is being built. That opportunity in creating a club, mentoring the club, helps you apply your leadership skills. Remember, these people are coming new. I just appreciate this opportunity because I have been able to mentor different clubs from the perspective of, okay, serving as area director, serving as division director, and actually being a club mentor. So that opportunity helps me to actually speak this from my heart, not from the book. you're able to apply your leadership skills in new situations. Awesome opportunity. And then what's in it that you are in Toastmasters and you cannot show the growth? Yes, the organic growth. I usually say organic growth. You move from being a Toastmaster someday to becoming a distinguished Toastmaster. It's a journey, but that credit, none of them you got as a mentor. And yes, a feather to your crown. Welcome, Danielle. Thank you for turning on your video. It's good to see you. You would
Thank you.
know
Sorry,
that
I joined late.
it's fine. It's okay. So we already know these basic details that when you are appointed a mentor, the process is that the district director or the club group director would be the ones to appoint you as the mentor, and that information would be sent to Toastmasters International. The interesting part is that after it's being sent, you don't get that credit until you have served at least 6 months. That's when that credit of mentorship is accredited to you. Yeah. But that doesn't mean your job is over, in my own view. Most people, oh, I need it for the DTM credit. But moving beyond it, when it comes to serving and mentoring, and if you mentor from your heart, you know that it's a journey. You start from when the club is getting set. The club is now chartered. It takes 6 months to run it. You agree with me that when the club is chartered, to get those things in place, get the leaders to take action, take position, and run things in the Toastmasters way, you need time and effort. But yes, this is the process of being awarded a mentor. Okay. One more interesting thing is that you're not doing that on your own. As much as we are 2 mentors in each club, there is also another role player, very key role player. That would be the sponsor, the club sponsor. What does the club sponsor do for us? The sponsor will help charter the new club, follow on the leads. Of course, you need to follow on the leads to bring in the names, to make up to 20 members at least. You help generate interest as the sponsor. The sponsor helps generate interest and enthusiasm, helps to recruit those members. And when it comes to the paperwork, if you have chartered a club or if your club has already gone out, it's now registered on the dashboard, you would know that there's paperwork to be done, and all that documentation and upload is done by the sponsors of the club. But they work with you as a team to achieve that. So the team approach is very important when you are mentoring your club. I just want us to relax a bit before we launch into the deep. There are a few questions here, and if you can tell all your responses to 30 seconds, I'll be glad, so that we don't take so much of your time, because we know it's an evening, you would need to rest. Have a few teasers. And they are very key questions. These questions will help us, the mentors, the club leaders, the aspiring mentors too, to even the existing mentors or past mentors. There's some things that you feel, okay, I knew, but this session would also help you put things in perspective. First question, can an evaluator require a member to repeat a project if the member didn't meet all the project objectives? Some of these questions come, but it's the duty of the mentor to set it right and advise the people on how, the leaders of the club, on how to go about these issues. So who would want to take a stand? 30 seconds only. Let's go. Just unmute yourself and speak if you want to speak. Do I have people that want to take a stand? Who wants to try?
Yes, I want to.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please go ahead. Good evening.
All right, my name is Ashat Badmos. Answering
you.
this question, can an evaluator require a member to repeat a project? Yes, yes. In Toastmasters, we learn by it's an experiential learning. So the essence of a project is to meet the objectives. And before an evaluator evaluates any speech or project, he first of all explains what is required of that speaker or that Toastmaster. So the Toastmaster is expected to check that and ensure that whatever he or she is doing is in line with the objectives. Anything that goes outside that is going to be off point and does not meet the objective. So first things first, the objectives is the first thing to put in mind, even before putting up the speech or project at hand. Once the step-by-step process is taken, that is when the objective is met. So if the Toastmaster in question does not follow that, the evaluator can ask the speaker to please repeat. Notwithstanding, he will commend that Toastmaster for what he has done well, but the recommendation is to please repeat the speech because it does not meet the set objective. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have varying opinion? Please, we can also use the chat room with these answers. I'll be happy to, read through and also see how we could, have more people input because we might not be able to take all the answers, verbally, but we can use the chat room. Does anyone have a varying opinion on this question? 30 seconds. Who wants to go?
Caboret's hand is up.
Okay. Who's speaking?
Caboret's hand is up. Caboret.
Okay, please go ahead. Go ahead, unmute and speak.
Thank you very much for the floor, dear presenter. For this
Thank
question,
you.
I think that it's not, I think that we can invite him to repeat, but not publicly. In public, as we are surrounded by others, to avoid frustration, we can kindly let him know that he didn't meet the goal of the project, but to avoid mentioning that he should repeat the project. But we can write it
Okay.
on the evaluation sheet or to invite him to check with his mentor or his VPE for the following about the project. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir. Okay, I would save us some time by giving what Toastmasters recommends. I'm just going to read exactly what the book, the Toastmasters manual says. Toastmasters manual says no and says full stop before the sentence continues. Toastmasters manual says evaluators are simply individuals offering their opinion and perceptions of a speech or performance. If a speech does not meet project objectives, an evaluator should point out what the speaker did well and also point out areas where the speaker could improve as in normal evaluation. The evaluator could then suggest in private, like the second speaker said, that the speaker repeat the speech. Ultimately, the member must decide if the evaluator's opinion is valid and if a speech project should be repeated. So I will add something. This is where mentoring comes in. For a certain period, it's expected that our new members should be able to, work with their mentors when they are delivering their speeches. So if you run your speech by your mentor should be able to guide you on your speech objectives, aligning it with your delivery. So that can also help us take away the thoughts of not meeting speech objectives. But it's a no-no to tell a speaker to repeat the speech because he did not meet the objective. But you can do that behind the scene. Thank you. I think I want to skip the question session so that we'll take this in the question and answer session, and feel free after the whole training is exhausted. I believe I have the permission of my leader to do that. So I would like to point at this time that using the resources, we have enormous resources in Toastmasters. If you have any thoughts that are confusing or it's shady, sometimes you can even ask an experienced Toastmaster, and you're not getting the answers you think you should get. Or sometimes it's even good, go discover for yourself. Go to Toastmasters, just go to Toastmasters website, ask some questions. In fact, lately, some people even ask AI about Toastmasters, some things in Toastmasters, and you see it launch out. But I won't say trust AI to the to the teeth. Go to our resources. We have so many resources that would answer so many questions. And if you don't find, you can also ask people that you see are experienced in Toastmasters. They will guide you properly. So some resources you want to also go for are the ones you're seeing here. We would talk about it in detail as we go on. So what is the official duty of a mentor? You need to ensure that your club is strong and fully functional. In fact, if you ask me, because this was your baby, even when the years have gone by, do not turn your back against those clubs. Go back, keep in touch with them. When you see things not going where you think it should go, you give them ideas. You're not going to force it on them, but you put them in direction. You could share the resources with them, and it makes things, go through. And as a mentor, you need to be in sync with the officers, the club officers. Be sure they understand their duties. See how they execute their different roles, and, provide them with the necessary tools that they require to achieve the different responsibilities that have been placed on them. We have different ways of opening meeting. One thing I love is the way we start with the Toastmasters promise. I don't know if there are clubs that don't start with Toastmasters promise, but Toastmasters is even open to other ways of, starting your club. The club could have an invocation like we have it. We use our Toastmasters promise. Some clubs could just have a 30 seconds to 60 seconds invocation. So maybe affirmative words or those positive words they want to see reflected in their club. It's allowed. Some of them might pledge to the flags of their country. Actually understand that there are a few clubs, or there are some clubs in America that pledge to American flag as they start their meeting. I have not attended one to confirm that. Some also put up the patriotic oath. It's the duty of the mentor to aid all those things, help your club decide on how they want to, open their meeting. So those choices, it lies on the laps of the mentor to guide the leaders. In fact, even when it comes to giving awards in club sessions, in club meetings, best speaker, the icebreaker, all those awards, best response to respondents to Toastmasters table topics, different best evaluator, that you can set the pace and, just set it as, you would say, culture for the club, and it runs. Okay. When it comes to quality club meetings, you cannot compromise as a mentor. If your club is holding quality meetings, please bend your head and tell yourself, I'm doing a good job. But if your club, the club you mentor, is not holding quality meetings, please seek redress and rejig, see how we could do better in such aspects. Where does it start from? Quality meeting starts from preparation. How do you get the meetings ready? How do you prepare before the scene? What are the different aspects of the meeting? Some clubs start their session. Usually we have 3 segments of the meeting. Some start with table topics, some start with prepared speeches, then they go to evaluation. So you sit down and tweak to what matters in your club. You're allowed to start whichever one you wish, but most of the times evaluation is usually the last, because you allow everyone take notes and then come up with the evaluation segments. So planning of club meetings cannot be overemphasized. If you need to get to know what quality club meetings in that is, please seek manuals, seek resources. They are there online. Please, when it comes to getting your things done in time, it's very, very important. It speaks to the integrity of the club. Get your meeting done on time, and then you direct your VPE. Help assist the VP, guide the VP, even when to set up the agenda. If the agenda is too choked, you try to see how you can thin it out. If there are days you want to have a speaker, and that means you want to cut down on your table topics, but you need that expertise has to come in so that you know how to plan the meetings and make the meeting interesting and people want to come back. You know, if there's anything that you want to hear as a mentor, is when you have feedback from your guests. Then quality club meetings, we talked about preparation. If you have people, guests come to your meeting, you're sure that you're in the right direction. You know, if you have new members sign up from time to time, you're sure that you're in the right direction. This is after you have chartered the club with 20 members. Okay, so club meeting program ideas and tools, we've spoken on that. You know, you need to create that member service perspective in your clubs. Let it be about the members. Then, you know, this is service. This is service. And whatever you do as the mentor is what would trickle down to the leaders, because they will see what you're doing. It should be, you know, the way you even greet of course, when it comes to those resources, successful club series, the different resources in that will help you to have quality meetings. If you go through and pick up all the different resources in successful club series, that will go a long way to help you achieve a great meeting. I have a few from, like there's one I'm taking up in one of the meetings I will attend this month, the next month. It talks about evaluate to motivate. It will help in, creating quality meetings, because you are putting people to understand what evaluation is, moments of truth, finding new members for your club, those successful club series, you bring the knowledge and share from time to time, mentoring, going beyond our club, meeting roles and responsibilities, all those parts. If you go online, you'll see those successful club series. So you bring it up, even as a mentor, you can take it as a responsibility. From time to time, you bring up those trainings to help your club. I believe that we all know on this call that to build and maintain membership in a club, you have at least 20 members. And of course, it starts with you. Whatever you do as a mentor, in fact, mentor, you hold the life of any club you mentor. So if from the beginning you say, we are going to, have that membership building culture, that is what will outlive you. Even if let's say you relocated from that environment, they will always remember Toastmaster Josephine for that membership building culture. I see, and I've heard a lot about how the club, that's the Ministry of Information in Lagos, was chartered. I believe Toastmaster Fumi is one of the mentors, and the testimonies are great. Of course, building that membership building, fostering that membership building culture will take that club further from where it's even going at the moment. You must strive at all times to gain new members. In fact, if you don't have new members, you can't tell that you're growing. You cannot tell that you're growing. You have guests first coming from time to time. You convert, that conversion cycle is also what speaks to your growth and your expertise as the mentor. Strong leadership base, very important. If it means going out of your way to train your leaders, you can call your leaders from time to time, put them in the direction. If you see what a leader did wrong, you're not reprimanding in public. You can talk to the leader just to put the leader in direction, helping those people grow, showing them how it's done. But of course, it comes from leading by example, and there's something that would do. Once you, build your membership, the benefits of building membership comes through now. You would always have a strong leadership base. You're not looking for, where are the leaders? Who are the people I should put once it's getting to 30th of June that year? there will always be leaders. The leadership base will be there because you built a strong membership, process. The club will be interesting. It will be fun, Here we go. I read something on one of the Toastmasters profile that talked about this document, Success 101. I recommend that every mentor works with their vice president membership to get this done. Let's work on, building membership. You cannot be overemphasized. Truth be told, so many people need public speaking, and leadership, the communication aspect of it, we all need it, but it's who has come to see what we do in Toastmasters that would stay and come again and again. The resources to encourage us and help us in building, there are so many on the Toastmasters website. One I recommend closely is this Success 101 for our vice president membership. Let's see. I know a number of us hear about all these awards. These awards are gotten when it's all membership. It's all about membership. The annual individual member sponsors. I had some lady in my club that had one of the Toastmasters pins that I had to speak to her, introducing many people. I think at that season, she introduced up to 5 people. And she got the award. I think that annual membership sponsors award comes between July and June. That's 1st of July and 30th of June the next year. So we can take it as a challenge. People bring guests, bring members, turn people from members, turn the guests to become members, and somebody gets a pin. It's something to encourage our Toastmasters journey, and it's an award to win. And then when you talk about the Smedley Award, that's from the 1st of August every year to the 30th of September. So what that does for us is, one, you must have at least 5 members. My time is running out. You must have about 5 members. We'll soon move to the question and answer session. Then the Talk Up Toastmasters, you can look it up. Talk Up, it's about open house, but you will register at least 5 new members within that timing. The Beat the Clock too, that one is just when we're ending the mandate. So if you're able to get all this, you get awards, and it speaks for the club. But mentors take the lead, and you just realize that your members in those clubs will just, go through. Another thing that I recommend for mentors to do is to help the VPM and VPPR, that's the public relations vice presidents, to launch promotional strategies. Whatever you feel you can work with your team to attract members to the club, and it just helps the club to operate efficiently. All those promotional activities you can do, if it means that you just want to go with your members and have a picnic, you're inviting guests, or you want to go exercise on a Saturday and you're projecting it, all those things, whatever promotional strategies you see that is in line with what Toastmasters recommends and it does not go against what we do, please use it to attract new members to your club. It goes a long way. What would happen if you retain your members? We see some clubs that there's a lot of attrition. You see that, our old members are not retained. You keep seeing new people come every time. We want new people to come, but we want to maintain our old hands. It's the old hands that will have the experience and expertise to mentor people. So what does this membership retention do for us? Of course, it's important for longevity and performance of our clubs. You see some clubs that are truly balanced. The old members are still there. The new people come. You have people to mentor. You're not overwhelming 1 or 2 persons to mentor new members. So at the end of the day, you're not realizing that they're not getting the proper mentorship, and there's continuity. I don't recommend that you serve as a club president this year and in 2 years' time or 3 years' time, you go back to that bench. give room for new people, you know, allow continuity, allow growth. And it just gives you a strong leadership base because, you know, people keep coming, you have new members, you have people on the bench willing to be leaders. It's not when it's 30th of June or the month of June, you start going helter-skelter. Who do we pick? Who do we put here? Who do we put here? You just have people organically fill up your seats, your offices, because you had a strong membership base. Of course, when it comes to building members, please, when we go back to our different clubs, mentors, let everyone understand that it is the duty of everyone. All right. One more thing before we launch the question and answer session. This is one part of Toastmasters leadership that so many people don't understand. So many people have gotten to learn. So as mentors, please, from the word go, let your members understand. Let your leaders, the people, the pilots of the club that are working with you, let them understand distinguished club program. Let them understand club success plan. Sit with them. Let them put their plan together. Let the strategy be real. Let it be achievable. Let them not just write things on paper. Okay, let's fill it up. It's just easy. Oh, I'll call my friend in the other club. Let me see what they are doing and write it. That's what some people do. But we mentors are meant to direct our club. Let's have a meeting. Let's sit critically based on the peculiarity of our clubs and build our club success plan. If you have a strong club success plan, you're out to succeed even earlier than the 30th of June of that year. Then when it comes to the distinguished club program, please, if you don't understand already, it's really easy. If you don't understand, you can get people that understand it well to direct you. Off the top of my head, you need to have 4 level 1, 2 level 2, another 2 level 2, 2 level 3s, 1 level 4, 1 level 5, and then you must have at least 8 new members, 4 new members, another 4 new members. You need to submit your list early. That's club officers list early. You need to ensure that at least 4 people attend training. I would say let all your leaders attend training. Everyone needs the knowledge. The person that is SAA today in your club will become president someday, but it's easier for her to have the knowledge and grow along. And then you judge the person, like I said, organically fills up the space. It is the work of the mentor to get this happen successfully. I would race back to the question and answer part, and then as we go, we can inject our individual questions and we answer together. So we had answered this. I would like to go for this. Mr. Moderator, would you like to handle the session or you want me to handle it?
Please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator.
Thank you.
Okay. Leaders, I know I've spoken so much for an evening. Tell me what you feel about, oh, Madam Sonia Alana, I'm so blessed to have you in this meeting. I would like to read your response. So in case anyone didn't see it, we can, you know, pick more knowledge from there. Based on Toastmasters international guidelines and educational materials, an evaluator cannot demand or force a speaker to repeat a speech, even if the project objectives were not met. Toastmasters is not a pass or fail, let me go back there, program. And the primary goal of an evaluator, organically build. Okay, so the primary goal of an evaluation is to encourage and provide constructive and actionable feedback. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I see all the information on the chat room. I appreciate. We have an enormous pool of resources. Feel free to explore. Thank you. Quality meetings start from preparation. Ooh, Toastmaster Michael, your hand is up. You're going to speak soon. Best way to learn to teach. Okay. Thank you. Organically build leaders that will take up leadership roles. Thank you so much for the comments. So we'll dive to the question and answer session, and we'll start with Toastmaster Michael that wishes to speak. Toastmaster Michael, you have the floor.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for this amazing and insightful training. I think it actually came in handy. DTM Nduke Osoro. Thank you so much. Okay, fine. Today, I was actually supposed to evaluate a speech. And when the speaker shared her voice note with me, I listened to it. And to be honest with you, she was supposed to be on a project 2 in level. She was supposed to be in DS level 2, project 2. But rather, all she said in that speech did not align with the objective of that speech. Let me take, for instance, you come up with a story. You are supposed to deliver a speech on leadership. You understand your leadership style. And rather, the person is just talking about leadership. There is a total variation from what that objective was supposed to be. And all she said in that her speech was just story. So I told her that if I'm to evaluate this speech, I would rather you come back with it, because one, there was no call to action, it was totally off. And the speech, which was supposed to be on, in fact, she actually confessed that she didn't even look at the project. She just came up with a speech. So I think in such situation, I wouldn't know what you would advise based on what you have actually told us this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that life experience. I will now go back to what you've already heard. If I were to work as the evaluator to that person, I would speak to the person personally. I will make the person see that it's not so. There's a way you talk to the person in private. If the person has a learning mind, the person would actually go back to see how he or she can get it right. But of course, you cannot tell the person in the official stand to go back and do it. Okay, so he also speaks to two things. This is where our mentors would direct our Vice President Education's rights. Every speaker must present his or her evaluation resource. Why is the person presenting it? It means the person knows what he or she is doing. I would always ask a speaker, the Vice President Education, if she's the one that said I should evaluate someone, I would ask her to present the person's evaluation resource with me. And the fact that we should, at least ask we're supposed to call our speakers before, communicate with our speakers before the speech. What do you want me to, see, or what do you want me to look out for in your delivery? That's one. Then mentorship cannot go wrong. So it means that our Vice President Education should always advise our speakers to work with their mentors at all times. If you can finish a path working with your mentor, then I can say you're able to understand what is expected of you every speech. Please, let us communicate back to our VPEs to always confirm and encourage our speakers to work with their mentors. I see a lot happen lately. People don't work with their mentors. They just go to deliver their speeches. I'm delivering the last speech on my third part. Throughout my first and second part, even my early parts of my third part, I would work with my mentor. Not that I didn't know what to do at the time, but I felt that was the right thing. Learning. I hold myself responsible for my learning. I'll pause there so I don't take much time on that. But if our leaders want to interject and give us perspective to these answers, it would go a long way for the learning process to also come through clean. But if not, I might not see the hands raised, but if you wish to talk, you could just unmute and then we would give you the floor. Okay, second question is on the screen. If a speaker wants more time for a speech than given, can they revise the time with Vice President Education's approval? You can send some answers in the chat room, and then we can also have one or two people unmute to speak. This is where the practical learning comes. We could go fast with this, and your answer, yes or
Okay.
no, is fine in the chat room. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Go ahead.
If a speaker wants more time given for a speech,
Yes, ma'am.
that's the question.
Okay. If a speaker
Is
wants
that the
more time
question?
for a speech than given, yeah, can they revise the time with the Vice President's Education's approval? That's, I have a speech for 5 to 7 minutes. Can I have the Vice President's Education allow me use 10 minutes for the allotted 5 to 7 minute speech? Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, so I said no. Because one of the things we're learning is time management. And I think Toastmasters for each project. So there are advanced speeches that can take up to 20 minutes, right? Some can take up to 12 minutes. It's according to the project. Imagine if you allow everybody to extend their timing, then there will be no organization, right? There will be no structure. So that agenda is there to guide us and also to help us to plan our time management skills. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my CGD. In the political balance, the moment the governor speaks, it means that the occasion is over and no one else speaks. But that is the answer. Toastmaster says no, and she has given us the express reason. My Madam VPE, was this a response to this particular question? Toastmaster Nyebonwem, was this yes a response to the question? Okay, I'm not sure she can hear me. So I'll move to the next question. Okay. Is my cursor not moving? Okay. This is another question. If a member's speech went over time, can the member still be included when the club votes for best speaker of the meeting? Oops. Please keep the answers coming. Can we still vote for best speaker if you went over time?
No.
Okay. Any other response?
There is still no.
Okay, thank you. Yes, you say no. You know, clubs have, okay, so when it comes to being voted for best speakers, it depends on what clubs consider. Clubs can decide whether they want to use the timing as one of the parameters for who the best speaker is. And most of the times we use that. It helps. Why? Because if you go for contests outside your club, even within your club, they will judge you based on the timing. So this is also where our mentors will need to train our members. You see people given 3 to 4 minutes to, okay, 2 to 3 minutes to evaluate. And the people, then you would hear an evaluation go for 5, 6, 7 minutes. It's actually wrong. Be concise. You can share the remaining aspects of that evaluation with the person outside the meeting or after the meeting. Just having respect for the time allotted is something everyone should learn and keep up with. So I'll move to the next question. Did that move? Can guests to club participate in voting for best topics speaker of the meeting? I would say in this point, this particular one, I would just say that you can decide if you want your guests to participate or not. There's no hard and fast rule. But there's one question that is very important. We need to note this question. Can the Vice President's Education, I will need many people to, dive into this. Can the Vice President's Education refuse to approve a member's level or path completion if they believe the member could have performed better? The floor is open. I need answers here. You can also use the chat room for these answers.
Hello, good evening. This is Sonia Alana speaking,
Yes,
DTM.
ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
so I would say similar to the question about the evaluation, except
Okay.
the member really performed very dismally. I don't think the VPE can actually refuse for the for the member to move to another level. And then if it is so bad, then perhaps you should escalate it to first of all to the president and then maybe to the area director to have an input, because to just
Okay.
unilaterally refuse could then smack of victimization. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you for this wise counsel. It's privilege actually that you're part of this training. Please, we want more input. Thank you, Ma. I don't want us to summarize. We just want to feel the pulse of people here so that we can also build on this. Oh, Jibril, please go ahead and speak. After Jibril, another person whose hand is, let's see. Jibril,
Hello,
please
good
speak.
evening.
Okay, for me, you will
Yes,
have the
ma'am,
next
with
turn.
you.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much for the opportunity for sharing with us all these insightful nuggets. Yes, actually, there's reason why Toastmaster say the Vice President Education or someone should approve a project and pass completion. One of it is the issue of meeting the requirement. So I see nothing wrong if a member has not met that requirement for you not to approve the past completion or project. You are actually doing them good rather than victimizing them or something else. Thank you so much. This is my
Okay, thank you.
submission.
Thank you, Jibril. Thank you, Jibril. Toastmaster Fumi, please weigh in on this matter. Toastmaster Fumi, are you still speaking? Your hands are down. Toastmaster Inyebon, please speak.
Sorry, I was trying to unmute myself and
Okay,
I
go
was
ahead,
finding it
please.
challenging.
Okay, you're good.
Thank you
You're
very much for the opportunity to speak. I just want to recall what's one or two things that happened when I served as the VP of my club. Sometimes maybe people don't keep records very well. Maybe there are 3 projects or 4 projects for a Toastmaster to complete a level, and somebody completes 3 of those projects and they submit project completion. As a VPE, that is why you have to be on top of your game. You have to know what everybody's pathway. You have to know the projects they are doing. You have to be so that when anybody comes up, they've done 4 out of 5 projects, they've done 3 out of 4 projects, and they submit a level completion. So you have to, as the VP, call them behind and say, Toastmaster ABC, you deliver this speech on the 5th of May, then on the 7th of June, and the third one on maybe the 26th of June. So you still have one more project. Kindly do that. And after you do that, then I will approve your level completion. So I think if somebody has not finished all the requirements of the projects. The person has not delivered all the speeches, or maybe they need to evaluate a speech or something, then the VP has a right to say, please go ahead and finish up, then I will approve at that time. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fumi. And I would like to weigh in here that Toastmasters has actually helped us now. When you're submitting your project, for every project, you will state the date you delivered the speech and you state your evaluator. You're even allowed to upload your evaluation results. That's the one that has been filled by your evaluator. So that also helps in the accountability. But yes, that's where us mentors will have to guide our vice president's education to let them understand what they need to do and then get it done right. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Inyabonwe, you have the floor.
Thank you very kindly, Madam DTM, for the opportunity to speak. So why I want to speak concerning this is because presently in my club, I have an issue like this. Can the Vice President Education refuse to approve a member's level or part completion if they believe a member could have performed better? I think for me, I think it's yes, because we have the Toastmasters checklist. We have the Toastmasters rules and regulations. And one of those rules states that when delivering a speech in another club, you should inform your Vice President Education. So I have a member who delivered a speech and I wasn't aware. So I called him. I told him that this is not how it is done. I'm very sure you know about it. And he said there was no remorse. There was no remorse. And he went ahead, delivered a second speech and sent it. I said I should acknowledge, I should approve it. So I said no, that he should do the right thing by repeating those speeches. In fact, I even said one of the speeches, but he vehemently refused, and maybe that has led him not to be speaking again. So, in such a scenario, what would I have done better?
Okay, thank you, Madam VP. I would like our legends to weigh in on this matter. I would like more than one person to speak on this matter before I say what Toastmasters says. Please, who is going? I need two legends to speak.
Okay.
Toastmaster
Yeah,
DT. Okay,
sorry.
yes, ma'am. Please go. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the member spoke in another club, and if the member spoke in a different club and was evaluated, it's accepted. That evaluation is accepted. So I am not sure what the contention is here. Is it that you are not informed? But even if you're not informed and the person has proof of evaluation by a bona fide Toastmaster in good standing, it is accepted in Toastmasters.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Who wants to go again? So, DTM Al Hassan, are you able to speak?
I would like to speak on this point, if you don't
Yes,
mind.
please. Yes, please.
Yes. I would like to align with what DTM Sonia Alana just said. Because when we are having meetings, we have agendas. And in each club, there is an agenda. And you can see whether the person who is in group A, in club A, has presented his speech in club B. It's very simple to avoid misunderstanding. If the person forgot to inform the VPE, he should take this piece of agenda and take it to the VPE as a proof to say, this is what I did. And you can get in touch with the organizer in group B to get the answer. If I really delivered the speech fair or not. This is very simple, to my point of view. So instead of having a conflicting situation, you can resolve it this way. My idea. Thank you, DTM. Did you get me?
Yes, you're audible, Chair.
Okay.
They do. Alias, I think DTM might be having some internet glitches on my own side because I can hear you loud and clear, but her video is evidently visibly paused. I know she'll come back at any point. And I also know that the person who asked the question has heard you. I hope you heard the response. I hope every other person is hearing, so that it doesn't sound like I'm the only one hearing what. Are we together? Can we all hear ourselves?
Yes, we can. Audible. Yes, we can.
Beautiful. All right. So while we're waiting for DTM Duque to log back in, I want to ask if there is any other contribution on that matter.
Thank you so much. Thank you, my leaders. Thank you. Thank you. I'm back like I never left. Thank you, leaders, for weighing in on this particular question. I would like to read what the Toastmasters manual says. Can the Vice President Education refuse to approve a member's level or path completion if the VP believes the member could have performed better? Toastmasters says no. The Toastmasters program is self-motivated and self-paced. If a member chooses not to do their best when completing projects, that is their choice. Although the VP certainly can encourage the member to do better, the VP does not have the authority to refuse to approve the level of path completion. Keep in mind, too, that people's natural abilities vary. For example, one person may devote 10 to 12 hours preparing a speech and struggle with meeting project objectives or not meet them at all. However, that person did the best they could. Another member working on the same project may devote only 1 to 2 hours of preparation and meet all the objectives with ease. The VP should be sensitive to this. That is what the Toastmaster manual says. But beyond that, being privy to this situation, there are two parties to the issue. Of course, if we understand this is still where our mentors come in. Mentors, we need to do our job. Club mentors, these are things we put in place early to avert things like this. Because I believe that if we are told to tell our members, our leaders, our club leaders that we will go to speak in a certain club, it should be done. I do that. Even as a division director, I would tell my club president, oh, I am delivering so and so speech. It speaks to the core values of Toastmasters. However, if I don't do what I need to do, Toastmasters request is still, I should not stop the member from getting credit for that speech, especially when the member is able to bring up the agenda of that meeting to show that he was present at that meeting and the evaluation is there to show for it. But to avoid this little conflicts, mentorship still needs to go a long way to fix those issues. My leaders, I've held the floor for a long time and I have heard myself for a long time. I would be happy if others have opportunity to ask questions, but I know that the time is not in our favor. So I will relinquish the reins right now to the moderator, and I say thank you for making this interesting and thank you for having me this evening. It's over to you, our moderator, Toastmaster Namitiapan. Thank you so much.
I would like to point out something about the Toastmasters evaluation form.
Yes, ma'am.
When you look at the Toastmasters evaluation form, this is a great piece and a school by itself. Because many people in their daily lives or professional lives, they don't start evaluations with positive aspects. They start with critics, negative things. And because they are used to this, when they take the Toastmasters evaluation form, and it starts with things you should congratulate the person on. So when you start with your 3 sections, what worked well, you know that you can say positive things there. And this is encouraging for the person who is listening, who is a new member, and he's not going to be discouraged because he knows he can do better. So the best thing with the evaluation is having positive influence and also emphasizing the positive aspects so that people tend to be negative, pointing out the negative aspects. But I'm happy that at Toastmasters this is happening this way. And it's teaching people, many people, in fact, because either it's in their culture, local culture, or based on the French system, people tend to be starting with the negative things. So this is something I would want you to bring out and share with you so that we can use the Toastmasters feedback, the way the evaluation is labeled, to process anything we would like to see motivation in members.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, DTM Zalia. Thank you for that insight. And I have learned from your word of wisdom. I will put into practice even better than I was doing. Thank you. And it's over to you, our moderator. Thank you.
Thank you. Brilliant session. Distinguished Toastmasters and guests. This was brilliant. And I want us to just type in the chat box, describe this session. Just describe this session. We need feedback. How do you feel? What do you think about this session? In just 1 minute, just tell us how you felt. Is there anything that stood out for you? Just describe in the chat box how you felt about this session. One word. Thank you. Thank you, everyone who stayed back, who found time to stay back and learn with us today. I'd like to recognize my division director, DTM Abubakar Gimbar, on the call. Thank you, sir. Thank you for finding time to be here. I recognize all the area directors, mentors, leaders, club presidents, and VPEs. You all met this session worth the while. And trust me, there's something DTM Duque said that stood out for me, that we can share our light and the room will become brighter. That's exactly what we did today. Toastmaster Duque, what you did for us today is point us in the way of learning and knowledge and wisdom. And I loved how you reminded us that there's a lot to learn, even when we still know a lot. We should always go back to the Toastmasters website. Thank you so much for that wonderful session. I think we have come full circle. I'll touch everyone. Are you still on the call? Would you like to give us a closing remark? I know it was Toastmaster Sanduke that should do it. Sanduke, do you want to do it? All right, she should do it.
My leader is here, so I would like to bring to the lectern not my CGD. I won't overburden the beautiful angel in this meeting. I want to bring to the lectern my division director, the most humble man in the room, hardworking, trailblazer, the leader that supports everyone. He knows the way, he leads the way, he shows the way. He's a great leader. Please take off the lectern and give us the closing remark. DTM Abubakar
Gimba. That's it. I hope he's on the call.
He is.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you, my leader, Madam Chair, for the mentorate committee. I kind of had a feeling that you were going to trap me, and I wasn't prepared for it, but I will try to not fall anybody's hand. And the next time I play those table topics master or something and you're in the audience, I kind of have a victim. Thank you so much everybody for attending. Truly, one of the most important things in leadership is the ability to learn. And today, we had so much opportunity to learn from our trainer, from our leaders, from our experienced Toastmasters. So it's very important that we pay attention to what we've learned and how to apply it in our subsequent endeavors. Thank you so much for organizing this, Madam Club Growth Director. We know how passionate you are. We know how important it is for you, for us that we learn. And we thank you for putting this together. We thank you for giving this platform for us to grow and succeed. Role players today, of course, our moderator, Toastmasters Yakman, who did a beautiful job. Our coordinators, people that put this together, we appreciate you so much. And we look forward to doing this again. Everyone else that is on the call, it's important that we appreciate your presence. So thank you. You could have been anywhere else today, but you chose to be here for this long. It means that you are passionate about yourself and you're passionate about growing Toastmasters. So thank you, everybody. Until the next time, we would say have a good one and see you soon. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. And thank
Bye,
you for your feedback.
everyone. Thank you so much. Thank
Keep the light
you.
shining. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, Toastmaster Josephine, thank you. The jolly good fellow. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Good night.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you.